Hi guys, hello, good morning, it's Fiona, how are you? Fixing my hair as always, just after 10 o'clock. Lovely to be with you on this pretty bright, pretty sunny Somerset day. Here's the good news. I have given myself permission to go for an upgrade. I'm getting the new iPhone 13. It's being delivered maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Super excited about that because this camera is so annoying, so fuzzy and grubby. I don't like it at all. But hey ho, it's not perfect, but we're here. How are you today? We are talking about selling. Because whatever you do in life, whether you're in an organization or whether you are in business for yourself, you're selling. You're always selling. Whether it's an idea, whether it's a service, whether it's a product, whether it's a program, whatever you're doing, you are selling. So lovely to see you there. Hi guys. So, selling. Now, most people, many people, feel unclear about selling, to say the least. Anybody here feel a little bit funny about selling? Anybody really want to sell? How do you feel about selling? How do you feel about selling? I grew up with a salesman. You probably know this if you've read Be Your Own Life Coach. But my dad was a salesman in Northern Ireland. Believe it or not, he was actually a door-to-door salesman. Can you believe that? Some of you are far too young. You don't even know such a thing existed. It did. So my dad sold vacuum cleaners and washing machines for Hoover, the Hoover company. Like back in the day, they were like the Dyson, right? But literally, he was knocking on doors selling vacuum cleaners and washing machines to housewives. And he was very, very good at it. In fact, he was the best in the country, Northern Ireland, every year, pretty much every year. Very occasionally, his friend, Bill Carson, would have a few more sales than him and pip him at the post. But most of the time, my dad had the highest sales in the company, in the whole of the country. So I grew up with selling, sales being just a thing, right? So believe it or not, I actually do enjoy selling. Now, I'm going to get to 3 points here today that are going to help you if you don't enjoy selling. And they're going to get you clear. Because here's what I see. I see most people want to help people. And you know that your product or your service or what you have to offer is of benefit. Otherwise, I'm sure you wouldn't even be offering it into the world. So you believe in it, but conveying that to other people is the thing that's a challenge, right? Can I get a yes on that? Conveying the value of it to other people is the challenge. Absolutely. So here's what I see. I see that people are really conflicted within themselves, confused and unclear, and they have a lot of associations, negative associations with what it is to sell. My definition of selling is sharing a possibility. Sharing a possibility. That's how I see selling. And I talk to a lot of people every week. And I see those calls, those conversations as a sharing of possibilities, what could be possible. And then of course what it would take to create that possibility into practical reality. So is this making sense, guys? Can I get a yes if this is making sense? Do you feel, is it the case that if you got comfortable, clear about selling, that actually, I was about to say that you could sell more. That's obvious, isn't it? But actually that it could make a difference, a real difference to your business. Think about that. If you got really comfortable with selling, with speaking to people and sharing in a clear, uncluttered way the possibilities for them, how would that be for you? I'd be so curious to hear that. What difference could that make to you and to your business? Frankly, to your effectiveness in the world. Would you make more money? Hello. Is the Pope a Catholic? But you would have more impact. Frankly, you would be helping more people. Now, I had an experience on Sunday that really showed me again so clearly what it feels like to be on the receiving end of a really good sales conversation. Now, I'm calling it a sales conversation, but truthfully, it didn't feel like I was being sold to, right? I mean, nobody likes that feeling. It's a horrible feeling. And we've all had that feeling of being sold to, right? Where the sale is the thing and we're just like this. People are just seeing as a pound sign or a dollar sign. So we can all sense that. It's horrible. And I'll be honest with you, I've probably done that in my time. You know, I've been a bit of a hustler all my life. So I don't doubt for a moment, I know for a fact that I went through a phase of being, you know, a terrific hustler and hitting goals and having targets. And, you know, you got to be careful with that because then you really do start to see people as, you know, that person who's going to let you hit your goals on that day or that week. And it's not a good feeling. It's actually not a good feeling. It creates a lot of tension within you. And it creates resistance. It's a harder way. It's actually a harder way to do business because people feel pushed. Because you're pushy, it's a pushy energy, right? You're pushing at people. What happens? Exactly. When you feel chased, when you feel pushed, you back away. You might even run away. Either way, you're not sticking around, which makes that job of selling harder. So you're having to push more and it's horrible. It's not good for you. It's not good for anyone. Right. So I had this experience on Sunday that was not like a pushy sales conversation. It genuinely was a conversation where the person was concerned about giving me everything I needed in that conversation to make decisions, to see possibilities, right? So it was a makeup conversation. It was a makeup consultation. Makeup artist, sweet girl, lovely girl, beautiful skin, obviously, based out of Austin in Texas. She was at great pains to tell me that Austin was not like the rest of Texas. I don't quite know what the distinction is, but I'm sure somebody here does. But anyway, she was called Heather and she lives in Austin, Texas, which actually sounds beautiful. She described it to me. It sounded amazing. Right. So she was showing me what colors, what shades, what specific products would work for my skin tone, would work for me, how I want to look, how I want to feel, and that's easy to work with on a daily basis, right? Like I haven't got half an hour to do makeup in the morning. So it was just a great conversation. And at the end of it, I was able to make a choice based on her recommendations. Obviously, I bought everything. Because here's the thing, and I always do that, by the way, when I meet someone like that who's clear, who's uncluttered in what they're doing, and I'm gonna go to, and I distilled what she did, and it's actually what all good people do in a sales conversation. I'm going to share those three things in a moment, so stick around. But I often find I do that when I come across, it's usually at cosmetics counters, if I'm honest. I love makeup and skincare and all that stuff. But if I come across someone who is really knowledgeable and who is a pleasant person, that helps a lot, who's a pleasant person, has a genuine desire to be of service, I am like, show me more, tell me more, what else you got? Here's why. You don't know the next time you're going to meet someone like that. That's the truth. Who's patient, who's pleasant, who's professional, who knows their stuff inside out, who can say, don't worry about those lipsticks. Sorry, gents, if this isn't relevant to you. Think about what's an alternative to lipsticks for men? Mind you, the way things are heading, you know, skincare, no hair, might be some sort of hair thing. You know, my son does this very well. He's gone into barbering, like modern barbering, and he's actually really good at just telling chaps, no, don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about that, but this would be perfect for you, and this as well. And the thing I did on top to get to lift it, I used this product, you see? And people buy a lot from him because they trust him, right? So let's get to those three things. Okay, how to sell without feeling awkward, without feeling salesy, right? Number one, set your intention. And if somebody is around and available, maybe they could just type that in there. Number one, set your intention. Set your intention before every conversation. And you set your intention to be of service. I have to remind myself to do this in all honesty, because don't forget, I've got years behind me of being pushy and a little bit salesy and quite a hustler, to be honest. So it's actually really important for me to remember to do this before every conversation, to just set my intention to be of service and not primarily to make a sale, to get a sale. Woohoo, you see? So set your intention to be of service in the first instance. That's number one. So you're coming to the conversation in the right state, in the right frame of mind, okay? People will feel the difference, believe me. And the second one is show the steps that people need to take to get the result that they want, okay? This is not you selling your program or your product. This is not you saying, hey, I've got a great 6-month program, sort you out. No, not at this stage. At this stage, you are focused on the person, you're focused on the outcome that they want, and you are helping to identify the steps. Now, not a ton of steps, not a ton of steps. Go for 5. 5 key steps that it's going to take for that person to achieve that goal that they have. Make sense? Can I get a yes if this is making sense? So the second point is show the steps to take. Show the steps to take. When Heather was doing the makeup with me, you know, she talked about getting that natural look that I want, where it doesn't look like made up. Something that's, you know, good for the skin, gives an even tone, bit of blusher, da-da-da. So she just went through those steps, right? I have 10 minutes max in the morning. So whatever it is, it's got to be done in that time, right? This is not a 45-minute makeup session at 8 in the morning. That's not happening. Steps. Then the third part is show your solution. Now, this is where you offer your help. Don't hang back. If you feel you can help someone, it's incumbent, I believe, upon you to say, would you like to look at getting my help with that? And also show some enthusiasm, because if you, and this isn't being salesy, this is being genuine, if you feel you can help them and you want to help them, then say, I would love to help you with that. Love to help you with that, right? It's a conversation. There's nothing salesy about it. It's the truth. Speak it and say, here's what it would look like. Now make sure that they've said yes, by the way. So you don't want to be getting to that stage unless someone has said, yes, of course I would. Yeah. And by the way, it's entirely possible if you have connected with them and you have built enough rapport, it's very likely they're going to be saying to you, how can I get your help with this? Could you help me with this? It's very likely. So you might not even have to get to that question where you say, would you like to look at getting my help with this? Either way, you get to that point. And by the way, it's very rare at that point for someone to say no. It really is. But if they do, you could always ask them why that is. It's good feedback for you, right? Every day is a school day. We're learning every day. We're learning every day. So if there's some feedback that could be useful for you, now look, very occasionally, like really occasionally, you're going to get someone who is a little bit selfish. I mean, they do exist. This isn't heaven on earth, right? So sometimes you are going to get someone who's a little bit selfish and who's just on a call to try and get as much from you on that call as they possibly can. And they don't want to invest in getting your services and your help. And, you know, that's how it is. And you know, you also get to protect yourself. So if you have that same person always coming forward to book in a call with you, then you get to decide. It's your time and your energy, which is very, very precious. You're never getting your time back. So you get to decide whether you do another free call with that person, or you get to be very straight with them and say, well, we've done a couple of calls before, you know, when you haven't wanted to get my help. So would you like to look at that now? Otherwise, I need to give that time to someone else. So absolutely, you get to be clear and honor your time and your energy. Absolutely, 100%. So the third part is, of course, you show your solution. You walk them through how your solution, your program, your service, your product could help with closing the gap between where they are now and where they want to get to. They've told you, you've helped identify the areas, the things they need, right? The steps. So you get to connect with those steps with your service, right? Is this making sense, guys? There's more, a lot more I could talk about, but I'm keeping this dead simple. And truthfully, if you absorbed these three things, you'd be doing great. You'd be doing great. Brian, lovely to see you there. Lovely to see you, Brian. And Carol and Lynn and Eleanor and Mohammed and Moira. Lovely to see you all there. Is this making sense, guys? If I waved my magic wand and you became supremely comfortable and clear when you're having conversations with people to sell, how would that be for you? Would that make a difference? Give me a yes. I'm curious in this thread here. Also, I'm curious if this is a key area of interest for you. Let me know. Put sales with an exclamation mark in there if it is, or selling, because then I could do a lot more on this. I could really unpick what I've gone through today and go into a little bit more detail and just take one key area at a time. I find it a fascinating area. I really do. I love it. And it's a crucial, crucial skill to have if you're in business. I mean, you have to have this skill. You just have to. Otherwise, it's pretty difficult, to be honest, to have clients. Because once you get to a point, I mean, look, the Holy Grail, everybody wants not to have to sell, let's be honest. If I could really wave a magic wand, most people would ask me just to remove the need for them to sell, right? And that people just clicked and bought things off their website, and then they would wake up in the morning and that money's sitting there in their bank account. Yeah, look, I get it. But hey ho, you know, this is reality, this is life. So people need to have a conversation with you when they're investing beyond something, I don't know, depends on your customer base, your clients. But, you know, with my clients, probably anything over 497. Those people deserve to have a conversation. And by the way, even at that point, I would still put in the option to have a conversation with me or one of my team, because it's still 497. Hello. Nobody likes to waste money. Nobody wants to waste money. And it could just be a 10-minute conversation. Is this right for me? What do you think? Or is there something different, better, more suited, right? So think about your clients. Think about you. What's the price point that you would click and buy at, where you don't need to have a conversation with someone about it, but in the main. And by the way, that conversation that I had on Sunday, here's the really interesting thing. That conversation was from a company, a new company. I'm looking to see if I've got, yeah, I do actually have some of the stuff right here because I bought so much. It's all over my kitchen. This is the company. Okay, I'm going to tell you in a second. This company has gone through the roof in the past couple of years. It's only a couple of years old, right? They have gone insane. Twinny of London. You all remember Twinny from the Twinny and Susanna days? Okay, so she's got a makeup line. And I don't know why other companies aren't doing it, but you could bet your life they're going to be doing it now. So they offer this service. You could call it selling. My experience is it was tremendous service. So basically the service is you pay £25, you get a 30-minute makeup consultation, and they get to go through the products for you, right? At the end of the day, at the end of the session, you decide to buy or not. And then of course, if you do buy, you get the £25 off the products, right? Guys, that's a sales conversation. That's a sales conversation. And what they've done is they've made it super easy. They have got a ton of makeup artists all over the world on Zoom, probably mostly in the US, truthfully. So I did my session at 5:30 in the afternoon on Sunday, which was, I don't know what time it was, 10, 11 or 12 in Texas, in Austin, Texas. So that company has grown exponentially in the past couple of years, like from nowhere, from zero. And I put it to you that a key factor in that growth is sales conversations. Sales conversations. Because remember, during the time when that company was being launched, there was lockdown, there were no shops open. They couldn't sell over the counter. So my guess is they sat down and thought, how else do we sell? Obviously online, in this one-to-one way. So guys, I'm going to let you go, but it's been so good to be with you today. I'm going to be regular and consistent with being here. Sometimes I set myself too high a goal. And I say I'm going to be here every day at 10 o'clock. But the truth is sometimes I just can't do that because I've got a lot of clients and stuff to do during the day. So I'm going to be consistent. I'm definitely going to do Monday. I am definitely going to do Thursday. Friday, I just know I can't do. I will hop on here and do some ad hoc lives. But, you know, I want to make a regular, consistent commitment. Definitely Monday, definitely Thursday. And I'm always over on YouTube Live when I just sort of wrap the week up a little bit, themes and that. YouTube on Saturday at 10 o'clock. All right, my darlings, been really great to connect with you. And tell me if this theme of selling, of sales, is interesting for you. I love it. I love it. And yeah, I tell you, people who are not comfortable and who resist and just don't do sales conversations, they're either people who are really good at selling programs online. Really good. And there are some of those, not a lot, but there's some of them. Those people also spend a lot of money on Facebook ads. I can tell you right now, I'm thinking of who they are. A lot of money on Facebook ads. So you got to have a list. You got to have followers to sell programs online, right? The passive income that everybody wants. The truth is you got to have people that you can sell that to. So you either need to have a big, decent sized email list that you've built up, or you're spending a lot of money on Facebook ads. And you probably need to be very comfortable on camera. So those Facebook ads have you talking and sharing and speaking. So, you know, don't think that one just comes up with a great course and then somehow, hey presto, it sells. And I'm telling you now that for cash flow purposes, one needs to be able to have conversations with people and truly connect with them and find out what their concerns are, find out what that problem is, show them the steps, just like the makeup consult, right? Nice looking complexion. Start with the skin perfector, something or other. You know, the primer, start with the primer. then go this, and then go that. Steps, stages. So you've got to get comfortable having that conversation. So people who don't genuinely have those conversations, and there's only a few of them, make a lot of money online from their programs, but they're investing a lot as well. And then people over here that I see who resist, who are uncomfortable with these conversations, really struggle. I mean, really struggle to make money, to have a business. And the thing that they're resisting is this. It's this. And if they were willing to get clear, because it really is it's a big mindset thing. The biggest thing about getting comfortable with selling and sales, it's up here. It's mindset. It really is. If I can just clear you from all that confusion about money and about selling and about what other people might think of you and how you feel in that moment and all that stuff, if I could just extract that from your head and give you a few strategies like the ones I'm talking about today, you'd be flying. You'd be flying. I mean, I genuinely love having those conversations with people. The most important part for me is to set my intention at the beginning. That's the truth. Because I can easily see what people need. Easily. And it's not like I'm imposing on people. Hey, here's what you need. Here's what I see for you. It's like, it's a conversation. But I'm bringing my insight to the table, right? And that's very important. You've got to bring your insight to the table. So I have no problem. And if I know I can help someone, I have no hesitation in saying, here's how I can help you. And I'd love to help you with that. So y'all, that's how clear you get to be. That is how clear you need to be. Whether you are selling something in an organization, whether you're an employee or whether you have your own business, it doesn't matter. This is a skill that you absolutely want to get comfortable with, get under your belt. I love that phrase that Estee Lauder had. Now, funny enough, Estee Lauder had the biggest, fastest growing cosmetic company in the world in her time. Very smart woman, very smart woman. And she was very clear and comfortable with selling. And she said, I have never worked a day in my life without selling. And if I believe in something, I sell it. And I sell it hard. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? Now, what you might want to do is substitute the word hard for enthusiastically. Just notice the difference. If I believe in something, I sell it, and I sell it enthusiastically. So what she means is with complete conviction. My dad was actually like that. He wasn't selling a washing machine or a vacuum cleaner. He was selling a huge life-enhancing opportunity that was going to free up your time and energy, free the housewife up, right? From drudgery and exhaustion, right? And day-to-day chores that this machine could do instead, freeing you up with lots of time and energy. All right, my darlings, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to be with you. And I will see you. When will I see you? I'll see you absolutely definitely Saturday on my YouTube. And absolutely definitely here on Monday. And yeah, let me know if this theme of sales and selling is an important one for you. And then, you know, I might dedicate a whole week, quite frankly. I'd love to do that. If that's of interest to you, I could dedicate a whole week, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, whole months, frankly, on this theme of selling without being salesy, frankly. All right, my darlings, have an amazing day. Let me know your thoughts, any questions, and it's been terrific to connect with you as always. Have a beautiful day. Lots of love to you. Take care. Bye. Bye for now.